So I titled this broadcast, Without a Why, You Won't. And that's because I was having a conversation with a friend this morning, and it brought up a really good point that I wanted to reiterate to you as to why. We've talked a lot about how changing habits is so difficult, and so many of you guys are telling me that you struggle the most with diet, and it's really hard for you to stick to healthy eating because either you don't like the healthy foods, or you have social commitments, or there are temptations. And when you're faced in that moment with eating something that maybe isn't going to necessarily help you achieve these goals that you believe you want, why is it so hard for you to resist? So it all comes down to your motivation and the reason why you're trying to make healthy choices. In the beginning, we tend to think it's about weight loss. And sometimes it is, that's enough of a motivator usually to get you started. But weight loss, or as this particular friend of mine put it, vanity, is not really a good enough long-term motivator for most of us. Even those of us who compete in the long run, at some point, in order to keep up that rigorous diet and exercise schedule that we have to for competitions, there has to be a greater reason why. And if your only reason why is that you're unhappy with your body and you want to lose weight, you're probably not going to be able to stick to it for a number of reasons. One of those is because unless you're faced with a serious health issue, this happens for certain people who end up diagnosed with something like diabetes, or they have serious heart condition and they're told if you don't lose weight, you could die. Unless you're faced with the possibility of death, imminent death, for many of us, health is kind of a general thing that we know that we want to improve, but if we're not feeling negative health effects right now, or we aren't really associating any certain health issues that we may have with our weight and our nutrition, it's hard to marry the two enough to motivate you to stick to it and really make some very serious changes. The same is said for weight loss. If you have 10 or 15 pounds to lose, I'm sure that hopefully your spouse or your significant other still loves you, your kids still love you, your family still loves you. Most of the people in your life don't care that much about your weight. They love you as a person. And that's great, and that's wonderful, and that's why it may not be enough of a motivation long term to really develop these healthy habits and resist certain temptations. You have to know why you're doing it, why it matters, and why it's more important than anything else that comes up in your life. And I'll be honest with you, there are going to be times when it isn't. When there are other things, work, family, traveling, taking care of your children, taking care of your parents. There are things that are going to come up in your life that are going to outweigh anything that has to do with healthy diet and healthy exercise. That's a fact. However, practicing daily habits when there aren't crazy things going on in your life and you're able to do things consistently is going to help you a lot more long term when those things do happen. Without a strong enough reason why, you won't. You simply won't put in the time, the energy, or the effort it takes to change your habits, to make healthy eating, healthy living, regular movement and exercise part of your daily life. Some of you find that it's a lot easier to get the exercise in because there's kind of an immediate reward with exercise. We work out, we sweat, we feel great, we're sore, we have energy from it, we feel like we've accomplished something. Right then, there's literally an immediate payoff to the exercise through your body and in how you feel. Healthy eating, not so much. There are really great payoffs happening, but we're not as aware of them, and we tend to not feel or see those consequences until later, which is hard sometimes to be enough of a motivation. So you have to find your why. What is it? Why is it important to you to live a healthy life? If you can't find a reason that's strong enough, then you're not ready. Until you have that reason that you can keep coming back to, whether it's being there for the birth of your grandchildren, being there to walk your daughter down the aisle, whether it's being able to, at 60 years old, travel, see the world, feel good in your body, and be able to do those things that you want to do, or whether it's even just to feel confident in your skin, it has to be strong enough. What is your why? No one can tell you what it is. You have to find it. So keep searching, keep looking, keep thinking about it, finding those things, maybe setting new goals, trying new experiences, and find your why, and that'll be the reason why you will